Good morning, America. It's Thursday, February 5th, 2026. I'm James Sterling.
And I'm Sarah Vance. Wow, James, looking at the news wires this morning, it feels like we are witnessing 3 or 4 major historical shifts happening at the exact same time.
You aren't exaggerating, Sarah. From the desperate search for a beloved TV host's mother to the unsealing of millions of pages in the Epstein files, the radar is absolutely glowing red today. We have a massive 12-topic lineup, and we are going deep into the details.
Right, we're going beyond the headlines. We're talking about the standoff between the White House and blue states, the trillion-dollar Musk merger, and why your grocery bill is about to be hit by a drone strike 5,000 miles away.
It's a lot to cover. But first, we have to start with a story that has touched the hearts of everyone in the media world.
Savannah, James, the lead story on ABC and CNN this morning is just devastating. The search for Savannah Guthrie's 84-year-old mother, Nancy, in Arizona.
Well, it's a terrifying situation. Nancy was last seen Saturday night after a family dinner. By Sunday, she was gone. The Pima County Sheriff, Chris Nanos, held a press conference just hours ago, and the details are chilling.
Oh my God, I heard they found signs of forced entry at her home?
Exactly. Investigators found evidence of a forced nighttime kidnapping. What's worse, Sarah, is that Nancy has limited mobility and needs vital medication for her heart. Savannah released an emotional video on Instagram begging for proof of life.
Wait, didn't they mention something about ransom notes?
Right. Several media outlets reported receiving notes, but Savannah warned that in this age of AI and manipulation, they don't know what's real yet. The FBI has joined the search. It's not just a celebrity story, it's a national alert about the safety of our seniors. Our prayers are with her family today.
Moving from one mystery to another, our next story deals with the ghosts that won't leave Washington. The Department of Justice just dumped millions of pages of unsealed Epstein documents.
Listen, this is massive. We are seeing names that were previously redacted. Specifically, the files are detailing heavy allegations against private equity billionaire Leon Black.
Are you serious? We've heard his name before, but what's new here?
Well, the files include diary entries and emails that allege a far more extensive enabler network than we previously knew. It suggests that Epstein was practically trafficking victims to other powerful men long after his first conviction.
Unbelievable. It seems like every time they open a door, there are 10 more rooms behind it. The public curiosity is turning into real anger, James. People want to know why these names were protected for so long.
Now, moving to a story about infrastructure and high-stakes politics, the Gateway Development Commission has officially sued the federal government.
This is the tunnel between New York and New Jersey, right? The one that carries millions of commuters?
Exactly. The lawsuit claims the Trump administration is illegally withholding $205 million in funding. This is money that was already contractually obligated.
Wow, and if they don't get the money by tomorrow, February 6th, the whole project stops?
Precisely. Construction will pause and 1,000 workers will lose their jobs immediately. Democratic leaders are calling it political retribution against blue states. It's a battle over who controls the nation's most critical rail artery.
Speaking of blue states, the standoff at the border is escalating into the streets of our major cities.
Well, President Trump's mass deportation plan is hitting a wall, literally, in Chicago and Los Angeles. Democratic governors are refusing to share state databases with ICE.
Right, and the White House response has been to threaten the nationalization of the National Guard to force compliance.
Look, this is a constitutional powder keg. We haven't seen this level of friction between federal and state power since the civil rights era. The administration is pushing for a quota of 3,000 arrests per day, while the courts are flooded with stay orders. It's chaos, Sarah.
Let's shift our gaze overseas. Our next story is about the military escalation in the Middle East.
James, I saw the report that an F-35 had to shoot down an Iranian drone near the USS Abraham Lincoln.
Right, a Shahed 399 suicide drone. It approached the carrier with unclear intent. This wasn't a mistake, it was a test of the carrier's Aegis defense system.
Wow, and this happened right as an American oil tanker was being harassed in the Strait of Hormuz?
Exactly. It's a gray zone war. Iran is pushing the boundaries to see how far the Trump administration will go before launching a full scale strike. It's a dangerous game of chicken 5,000 miles away.
And that leads us directly to the economy. Have you seen the prices at the pump this morning? It's painful. Every time a drone is shot down in the Arabian Sea, oil traders in London and New York panic. Brent crude is surging.
So even if we don't go to war, we are still paying for it every time we fill up our cars.
Precisely. It's a geopolitical premium. But it's not just gas, Sarah. It's diesel. And diesel runs the trucks that deliver our bread and milk. This tension is going to show up on your grocery receipt by next week.
Let's talk about the man who seems to be everywhere. Elon Musk. The SpaceX and XI merger is now official.
Well, it's being called the innovation engine, but critics call it a monopoly on steroids. He's valuing the combined company at $1.25 trillion.
Are you serious? That's more than the market cap of almost every other aerospace company combined.
Look, he's building orbital data centers. He wants to put the brain of AI in space to avoid Earth's energy constraints. If he succeeds, he'll own not just a car company or a social media site. He'll own the global intelligence network. Here is a story that isn't getting enough headlines, but it's hurting millions. Home insurance rates are skyrocketing across the US.
Exactly. I was reading a report from NerdWallet. The average annual premium is now over $2,100. In states like Georgia and New York, rates jumped by over 20% in just 1 year.
Right. Insurance now accounts for nearly 10% of the average monthly mortgage payment. People are being priced out of their homes not by the bank, but by the insurance companies.
Wow, so the American dream is becoming a nightmare because of climate risk and repair costs?
Precisely. It's a slow-motion disaster for the housing market. We've been talking about US tech, but news from Reuters says China has made a breakthrough in microchips despite our sanctions.
Well, it seems they found a way to manufacture advanced chips without using Western equipment. It's a major blow to the tech iron curtain the US tried to build.
Wait, does that mean our sanctions aren't working? Listen, it means they've been forced to innovate faster. If China becomes self-sufficient in AI chips, the balance of power shifts completely.
And finally, Sarah, let's check the radar for the weather. The massive winter system in the Midwest is moving east.
Oh boy, I heard the Texas grid is already on yellow alert again. Right, it's 2026 and we are still struggling to keep the lights on when the temperature drops below freezing. It shows that for all our hypersonic missiles and AI mergers, our basic infrastructure is still incredibly fragile.
Phew, James, my head is spinning from missing mothers to trillion-dollar tech deals. It's a lot to take in.
It is, but that's why context matters more than ever.
Exactly. Before we sign off, a quick note to our listeners. Please write to us in the comments about which of these stories interests you the most, whether it's the Epstein files, the kidnapping case, or the fuel crisis. Let us know, and we will provide more details in our next update.
Your feedback is what keeps our radar focused. Thanks for joining us on Radar Context. I'm James Sterling.
And I'm Sarah Vance. Stay sharp and stay informed. We'll see you at the noon briefing. Goodbye.